I'm leaving, don't follow. No reason to stay. Guess I'll head west of LA to the wind and the waves. I'm leaving, don't follow. I'm leaving, don't follow. Surrounded by so many. And I never thought I'd be caught among people with tears in my eyes. And I never thought that I'd yearn for the rain and the gray skies. Going or where I'd be, just drove left towards the ocean, could feel her tides, they were pulling me. And I've waited half my life to be sitting here with you under the golden sky and howling at the moon. Ooh. Ooh.
All right, I am sitting here with Laura Hobson of PHABIES, who just performed for us, and we're gonna have a little bit of a conversation. Hey, Laura. Oh, you're in the speakers. That's great. I first of all, I want to know, what has it been like for you as an artist to create during quarantine?
I'm not gonna lie, I did not create anything during quarantine. I created a garden.
All right.
I created a half-acre garden.
All right.
And I didn't even touch a guitar or sing, which is kind of sad. I think I was a little depressed, and I don't really sing when I'm sad.
Yep.
So yeah, I didn't do that until I went back to work, which was June 15th. So for 4 months, I didn't even turn on the piano or the keyboard. But I know a lot of other people are like really productive,
Yeah.
you know, like I have all this extra time. But what I didn't realize until core was that how much I draw from my daily life. And when I wasn't doing anything but staying home and being in my garden, I wasn't having conversations with people. I wasn't out in the real world. So yeah, I didn't do anything. Ooh.
Do you feel like you need some of those seasons of reset?
Yeah. Yep.
To be like, I'm gonna just do garden season.
Yeah.
now.
I used to feel bad about that. Like right after college, I thought, oh, I have to be painting all the time, or I have to be singing every night to keep my vocal range, which is kind of true, just practice. But what I used to feel bad about was taking 6 months off of painting while I was doing music, and then taking 4 months off of music while I felt like painting. But to me, that's my natural rhythm. It's not really feasible for me to fully commit myself to both at the same time. I find that my brain craves different things at different times. So I just let it happen that way. Because then when I am productive in my painting work or in my writing, it like is very productive. It's not forced.
Yeah. So we like to think of the artist as like this secluded hermit-like person who doesn't interact with the outside world. But in reality, you are all the time interacting with the outside world. And so one of the questions we like to ask at Calvin when we bring in people for shows is, what art are you interacting with right now? So what are some maybe TV shows or artists or albums that you have been listening to or watching over and over again recently?
Recently, I have not been listening to any music because I'm writing. That's a rule for myself. I don't listen while I'm writing. Right now we're writing a full-length album. So I've been taking a break actually for a couple months. So that's how that is. But instead, I've been reading a lot of books lately.
Okay, what are you reading?
I got a lot more fascinated with that since like March. I recently read The Plague by, is it Albert Camus or Camus? Or it's C-A-M-U-S.
Yeah, sure.
Camus.
Yeah.
Camus. It's French. It was translated, and then I just finished Autumn by Ali Smith, which was really beautiful. Awesome. It doesn't have like a super linear plot, if that's what you're looking for, but her writing style and her prose is just beautiful. So I read that too.
Nice.
But I've been keeping a stack of library books because the library is open still, and that has been, I guess, what art I'm into right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you feel like those, like as you read those, anything musically comes out of them?
Oh my gosh, I keep a notebook, or like I keep the receipts from the library of when the book is due, and I write in tiny handwriting that nobody else can probably read. I will pull quotes out of there. I'll write down things to look up later, like if I don't know exactly what they're talking about. Recently there, in the book I just finished, there was, she was talking about a pop artist called, I think her name was Pauline Boty, B-O-T-Y. Turns out that's like a real person. I thought she was just making it up in the book.
Yeah.
And I looked her up, and pretty much everything she wrote in the book is true. So I like to do my own research on little things like that. But yeah.
Sweet. Let's talk a little bit about my favorite song that you guys have put out called A Place, which you didn't play today.
We didn't.
But I'm sure on Saturday you'll play it. So this, I don't know how in depth you want to go into this, but it's one of my favorite songs because it describes this feeling of wanting someone else to help make home with you in some senses. And it came out, I think, like 2 weeks before the world shut down. And I'm interested as you write now in the midst of this chaotic season. Do your songs tend to lean in that of like, what does it look like to live well now? Or do you feel like this pull to make commentary on the world outside of your home and the garden and those things?
So I've never really been a writer who writes about the now. I think I take ideas from I can reach back as far as like high school or junior high and take feelings, like things I felt. And I'm a huge journaler, so like I have like a pile up to here of every year I have journals. So thank you, Mrs. Green, 6th grade teacher, for telling me to do that. So what I draw from, like I'm not really influenced by like politics very much, even though there's a lot. I think because in my real life, in my real world, I'm seeing that so much. My music's like escapism.
Okay.
So it does draw on feelings. It draws on like maybe some hidden stories from my life, but it doesn't come out right out and say it.
Yeah.
It's like if you parsed through and you knew my history, maybe you could figure it out.
Yeah, telling it in slant.
Yes.
Cool. Speaking of that, this is a question that we've been asking artists lately, and you sort of answered it in that. But what responsibility do artists have when a culture is in crisis? So it would be easy to say, no matter where you take that idea, we are a culture in crisis. So what responsibility do you think you have as a painter and as a songwriter? Do you feel that? Do you feel that for the artists around you?
I have been thinking about that a lot because my music does not reflect my like worldview, I guess, or it's not immediate.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of things in my life.
You're not writing protest songs.
Yeah, I'm not writing protest songs. I'm not writing vegan songs. I'm not writing like, save the earth.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel. But as artists, I think we have a responsibility not to, I think, celebrate things that are bad for the world or bad for the earth. Like, for instance, I will give you just a very quick instance. My vision for this setup, I wanted those, like, tinsel curtains that go to the floor, and they're made out of plastic.
Yep.
And I was so frustrated because I like didn't want to get them on Amazon because like Jeff Bezos or whatever. And I was like, I can't find them anywhere, and their shipping's like $300. Having a slight crisis, and then Garrett, who's in the band, he plays bass. He goes, "That is like against everything that you do. Like, you don't even buy stuff in plastic at the grocery store. Why would you buy plastic to hang up in the studio?" And I was like, you are so right. Thank you for the perspective. And I had my little like tantrum for 2 seconds, and then we ended up creating everything here out of what we already had. So it's like cardboard and glue, which is great. But so if I had bought the tinsel curtains that came in plastic and they're made of plastic, it would have been like maybe cool for the shot, but it does not represent my worldview.
Yeah, it's interesting. Sort of we would call that sort of the living by example, even though it's like hidden in the details where minimal amount of people who are watching this on YouTube would be like, plastic, they hate the earth.
And that's exactly what I love bouncing ideas off the band members for. They're like, that's not something you typically do or like be surrounded by. And it's the same if you see a music video with an artist who says that they're vegan and they're wearing a fur coat. It's like, wait, what?
Yep.
Yeah. There's the cognitive dissonance that happens with that.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for performing. You can catch PHABIES this Saturday on campus. Tickets are limited to 100 people. There will be 2 shows, so 200 people. So you can grab those tickets now. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks.
See you Saturday.
Bye.